Sure, you're right. So we confirm the lights. Yes, right. Okay. Good evening. Oh, I'm sorry. Good evening to everyone. I'd like to reconvene this meeting to open session. This is the October 11th, 2023 regular board meeting for Mount Pleasant Elementary School District. During this meeting, members of the public will have an opportunity to directly address the governing board on any item of interest to the public. However, provisions of the Brown Act preclude any action being taken on any item not appearing on the posted agenda. However, the board may instruct the superintendent to follow up, which may or may not include placing items on a future meeting's agenda. Members of the public may participate and comment as follows. Members of the public must complete a request to speak card and present it to the superintendent's assistant. Request to speak cards must be submitted before the board's consideration of an agenda item. And if you're commenting on a non-agendized item, please indicate public comment. Time limit for public comment is 3 minutes per person and 20 minutes per topic. I'd also like to make a mention that tonight's meeting is also being live streamed through YouTube. And we'll go ahead and begin. Item 3.1 is report from closed session if needed. There is no report from closed session this evening. We'll now move on to agenda item 4.1. Superintendent or board may request that items be considered, discussed, and acted on out of the order indicated. So Dr. MacArthur, do we have any items that need to be moved in order?
No.
Okay, thank you. Item 4.2 is our MPEA report. Ms. Keeper, thank you.
Hello, board. Good evening. I'm not sure.
I think you need to angle it to you a little bit.
It's a little finicky.
You got to kind of be on top of it.
Okay, thank you. I would like to state that MPEA is grateful to have reached a tentative agreement in our contract negotiations. Still, there's much to be done to ensure that we're providing the best education system possible for our students. MPEA met in solidarity this month to discuss our district-wide concerns in support of our students. We also surveyed members via Google Forms to gauge needs and concerns. Members questioned the continued implementation of math and language arts curriculum that was not included on the state adopted curriculum list. Concerns deepened at the complete absence of ELD curriculum despite having a high population of English language learners. We asked that the board inquire deeply as to the reasoning behind the implementation of curriculum that MPEA members know is not supporting our students. These concerns have been raised to and dismissed by administrators time and time again, which is why we are bringing them to you now. Additionally, members are concerned about the well-being of our students when it comes to their educational needs. We lack educational technology and access to assistive technology for students. General education teachers need training on the implementation of assistive technology as well. Students with extreme behaviors are not getting the support that they need and are disrupting the classroom environment. This negatively impacts all students and staff involved. The SST process is unclear, disjointed, and far too slow, which delays support for our kids. Furthermore, there are not enough aides available to support classrooms and meet student needs. Kindergarten aides have been taken to cover classes despite this violating the contract and not being in the best interest of our students. As more concerns arise, I will continue to bring them to the administration and the board's attention. I look forward to making positive change for our students since we're all here solely to support them.
Thank you very much, Ms. Thank you very much, Ms. Keeper.
You're welcome. Also, I have a public comment on this item as Marissa Keeper, not as MPEA president. Okay. Sorry.
Well, okay.
Alice told me to just stay up here.
Oh, okay. Well, is it easier? Oh, okay. Okay, go ahead. If you'd like. So honestly, though, do we have our 3-minute timer though?
Oh,
Can we make sure we have our, so that everyone is,
Just put it on her.
okay, Alice will do that. Sure. Okay, thank you. So just tell her when you're ready.
gives me
Alice.
time for an outfit change.
Okay.
Okay, so Marissa, please go ahead with your public comment.
Thank you. Last meeting, I reported as MPEA president about the concerns of nepotism. I would like to speak now as Marissa Kiefer, fourth grade teacher at Robert Sanders, to further clarify my previous statement. As aforementioned, I use the word nepotism. This has become a buzzword of sorts in the district. As an outsider, it appears as though the expectation was for nepotism to magically disappear by the appointment of Dr. MacArthur as superintendent. No one expected her to have a magic wand to fix everything instantaneously, but we did hope that it would be resolved. As president, I was asked about my statement in a monthly meeting with directors. I was reassured that there was no nepotism, and it was implied that I was wrong to assert that nepotism exists within our district. I am speaking now because I was not incorrect about my assertion. Here is the definition of nepotism from the Oxford Dictionary. Nepotism, the practice among those with power or influence of favoring relatives, friends, or associates, especially by giving them jobs. This definition is pertinent because I was told repeatedly that they were not hiring, quote, friends. Social media, including Facebook and LinkedIn, prove that there are associations, if not friendships, and it should be noted by the board. When the hiring practices are indicative of favoring candidates due to perceived influence over them, we are still dealing with nepotism. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa. So going back to the MPA report, agenda item 4.2, board members, do you have any questions about agenda item 4.2? No.
No.
Thank you. And Alice, do we have any additional public comment on item 4.2?
We do.
Okay.
Barbara Powell, Badia.
4.2.
4.2. 4.2.
Hi, everyone. My name is
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to wait? I
3 minutes.
just want to make sure that
Okay.
everybody's clear on this.
If you could just, okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
How?
Guess you gotta go again, Marissa.
Okay, we're going to take a moment then just to confirm what is or is not happening.
Okay, I'll sit down.
Okay, so let me go ahead and just make an announcement about our live stream. We are having technical difficulties and we are not able to live stream this meeting. This meeting is being recorded and it will be available afterwards for report for viewing. I just want to be sure that it is available afterwards because last month's meeting was not available. Yes. Okay, thank you very much for the feedback. We need to know that. We will make every effort to ensure that it is being recorded properly at this time and that we actually have the ability to. Can you not hear me? I need the best name.
You want to mic? Sure, you can use mine. Here you go.
Best mic.
Here you go. This is-
Hello, testing.
It's not working.
I won't need it.
He will project.
Testing, okay, okay.
I'll share with
Let me,
Bob.
let me make that statement again. So we will be recording tonight's meeting and it will be available for viewing after the meeting. I heard your comments that it was not available last month. We will make every effort again to ensure that it is being recorded properly at this time and that we have the ability to do that. So again, thank you for raising that because we want to ensure that everyone has access to our meetings and we have it all recorded. So thank you.
A question. Was the last meeting not available or was it not recorded?
Looks like they got a black screen.
Mhm.
Can you not even hear? You can't. Yeah. Okay, okay. Thank you. So we are moving to public comment for 4.2, and I believe it was Barbara Powell. And Alice will do the time. Thank you. It's ready. Okay, thank you so much.
Ready? Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Barbara Powell-Padilla, and I am an RSP teacher of special education at Mount Pleasant, IDU. I'm speaking as organizing chair of MPEA. So we did survey our members, and I did want to let you know what members did say. We surveyed them about what they would like management and the board to know. So I'm just going to read a few comments for you so you're aware. We need to know their plans for the future. If our numbers continue to go down, are they thinking of joining another school district in the future? Or are they planning on laying off teachers due to low enrollment? Management, please answer all emails from your staff within 24 hours. Please, we need help. I'm struggling to pay my bills. I'm grateful they let us stay at low class sizes. I feel confident I could really support all my students this year. We need more instructional aides. Kinder aides keep getting taken from kinder teachers, continuing improving communication at a district level. More efficient use of Thursday professional development time. Maybe look at site-based needs to use this time wisely. I appreciate small class sizes this year. It's making a huge difference. Our salaries are not sustainable for living in San Jose. Please give us more planning time and respect us as professionals. We need to make sure we are meeting students' needs, but we do not have all the tools available. It is very hard to do so. The huge amount of stuff we have to do to get an SST for struggling students makes me not want to attempt to even help them because it takes so long. Having students exited out of special education into regular education without support is very difficult. The SST process needs to be clarified for teachers and administrators. Teachers need to be supported. Low class sizes makes all the difference, as we all know. Thank you. Combo classes should be eliminated. They're a disservice to our students. They don't receive the time and curriculum they should be taught. It is not the teacher's fault. We did survey members about their plan for staying in the district, and 39% of members said that they will be looking for jobs elsewhere. So I did want to let you know that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Powell-Padilla. Thank you. Alice, do we have any additional public comment?
We do. Ashley Martin.
Can you all hear me? No, yes, yes, can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll use my teacher voice.
Yeah.
Okay, you can set the timer. Hello, my name is Ashley Martin. I address you today as a dedicated teacher who has proudly served in the Mount Pleasant School District for over 9 years. While I have cherished my role in educating our community's youth, it is with a heavy heart that I express my concerns regarding teacher support and staff support. I find myself fighting for the basic needs of my students and families. Please know it's not enough to identify our problems, but we also must come up with solutions and resources. I ask the admin and board today to not only speak to our teachers, but please listen. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Martin. Alice, do we have additional comment?
We do not.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll now move on to agenda item 5.1, which is public comment. So again, this portion of the agenda is an opportunity for members of the public to directly address the governing board on any item of interest to the public. However, recognize that the provisions of the Brown Act preclude any action being taken on any item that does not appear on the posted agenda. Again, time limit allocated to public comment is 3 minutes per person and 20 minutes per topic. Speakers are asked to give their name, email, address, and affiliation so that an accurate record is reflected in the minutes. Members of the public must complete a request to speak card and present it to the superintendent's assistant. Request to speak cards must be submitted before the board's consideration of an agenda item. And if you're commenting on a non-agendized item, please indicate public comment. So Alice, could we please have public comment?
Cecilia Ruelas.
Good afternoon. My name is Cecilia. I am a parent of 2 kids at Robert Sanders. I'm here to talk about Ms. Carson. I am very grateful for the great work you do and for your dedication and effort that you give us every day. There's not a moment when she doesn't have time to assist us. She's always answering any questions we may have. It is a pleasure to have a person like her as a principal. There is not a bad thing I can say about her. Also, I feel that she's not receiving the support that she should have. I had witnessed in one occasion the difference towards her, and it's not correct. We are in 2023. We should all treat each other with respect. And finally, I want to thank the teachers for always giving the best to our students. I will always be grateful for all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Can I say in Spanish?
Of course, yes.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Cecilia Ruelas, soy mamá de 2 estudiantes de la escuela Robert Sanders. Estoy aquí para hablar acerca de la señora Kirsten. Estoy muy agradecida por el gran trabajo que hace ella y por su dedicación y empeño que nos brinda día a día. No hay ningún momento en que ella nos diga que no tiene tiempo para atendernos y contestarnos nuestras deudas que tenemos. Ella deja de hacer cosas por siempre estar ahí. Es un placer tener una persona como ella de principal. No hay ninguna cosa mala que yo tenga que decir sobre ella. Más bien, estoy agradecida por ser una persona muy atenta con nosotros. Quiero hacer un comentario. A mi parecer, siento que ella no está recibiendo el apoyo que tiene que tener. En una ocasión, miré las diferencias que hay hacia ella y siento que no está correcto. Estamos en el 2023. Nadie es más que nadie. Deberíamos tratar a todas las personas con respeto y equidad. Tenemos que estar todos como una comunidad que somos. También, por último, gracias a los maestros por siempre dar lo mejor para nuestros estudiantes, por su educación escolar. Siempre voy a estar muy agradecida con todos ustedes. Gracias.
Thank you.
Ana Maria Velázquez.
Good evening, district board members. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
My name is Ana Maria Velázquez. I am a parent at Robert Sander and PTA president. I am here to let you know what an amazing job Ms. Carson is doing this year at Robert Sanders. I have heard not only from students, but also from parents on how they love Ms. Carson as I did too. We love you, Ms. Carson. I love that she approached to our students and parents with smiles and hugs, which we love to see. She's there to talk to and to listen, not only to children's, but also to us as parents. She's always checking on us, making sure everything is going well as our kids, with our kids. And when we have questions or concerns, she is always there to listen and help. I love that she follows the school guidelines and is making us Robert Sanders is great school again. I love that she's always communicating to all our parents on things that are happening in school. I see that her priority is our kids and her staff. We have meetings and events that work with our schedule and allow us that chance to have and to volunteer. I see Ms. Carson's hard work and can feel the love she has for every single student. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Velázquez. Alice?
Ashley Martin.
Hello again. I am Ashley Martin. I stand before you today to express my heartfelt appreciation for my school's principal, Ms. Carson. Her remarkable leadership and unwavering dedication has left a positive mark on our school community. Ms. Carson stepped into a role during the middle of the school year last year, a challenging transition for anyone, but she handled it with grace and determination. What sets her apart is her genuine willingness to listen to teachers, students, and parents, fostering a culture of open communication and collaboration that has revitalized our school. Ms. Carson's commitment to preserving and strengthening our school's culture is truly commendable. She recognized the unique strengths and values that define our community and worked tirelessly to nurture and enhance them. Under her leadership, our school has once again become a place where students and educators alike feel a sense of belonging and pride. Ms. Carson's dedication to the well-being and success of every member of our school community is a shining example of her leadership. We want to thank you again, Ms. Carson.
Thank you, Ms. Martin.
Marissa Kiefer. Oh, sorry. I skipped one. Kelsey Meter. Sorry, Marissa.
Hello, everyone. In celebration of the upcoming Bosses Day holiday, members of Robert Sanders and certificated and certified staff are present at the board meeting today, October 11th, 2023, to share our appreciation of our current principal, Jeanette Carson. Last year, under a different administrator, we had a difficult and turbulent time. However, when Ms. Carson was hired as interim principal in late February 2023, and then secured as our principal for the following year, we felt a sense of calm and direction once again. Her organization is evident and well executed. She works long hours and is dedicated to the staff and the students. As staff members, we feel supported under Ms. Carson's leadership. This is evident with her response to problem behaviors, as well as the supplies and the curriculum. She responds to the behavior of one that impacts the learning of all. This is something that we did not see last year, and unfortunately, even years prior. Ms. Carson is diligent about passing out curriculum and repeatedly asks us what we need. She takes notes during staff meetings and follows through with our questions and concerns. She conducts herself in a professional manner among the staff and with the parents. We are also impressed with Ms. Carson's focus on the implementation of AVID at our school. She attended the AVID conference this summer and is moving forward with her learning and implementation in a strong and productive way. She is walking through our rooms, observing and taking notes of the AVID strategies we use. She knows this evidence is extremely important when we once again apply to be an official AVID school in the spring, seeking our approval by the Santa Clara County Office of Education once again. She is also supportive of our yearly musical, possessing a solid understanding of how students can flourish through the arts. After a turbulent time with the previous administrator in the fall and winter, it would take someone of great strength to give us hope for a better year. The staff, parents, and students at Robert Sanders like Ms. Carson. We feel safe with her, and we are excited to grow and learn together. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Meter. Alice?
Marissa Kiefer.
When I started at Robert Sanders, I was sold the dream of Disneyland, that everything was great, everyone was working together, and it was a joy for the kids daily. And it was. Over the past 6 years, I've seen this dream flourish, and I've also seen it dwindle. Our principal, when I started, wanted to make change. Instead, everything was made hard for her. I've witnessed this pattern, as have others in this room. Last year was rough, but it recovered as Ms. Carson joined our team. She genuinely cares about kids. She wants what's best for them, and she vocalizes it daily. She is transparent with staff and works to meet all of our needs. She works to build relationships with each and every student through lunch picnics and classroom visits. She cares, she loves, and she shows up daily with her whole heart. I'm appreciative to leadership and the board for selecting her to Robert Sanders. She's become a part of our family. She fits right in. You fit right in, Ms. Carson.
Thank you, Ms. Kiefer. Alice?
There are no more.
Okay, thank you very much for everyone contributing to public comment. We're now going to move to agenda item 6.1, which is personnel. Alice, do we have any public comment on 6.1?
We do not.
Okay. Board members, do I have a motion to approve item 6.1? Actually, I'm sorry. Do I have a motion to approve personnel item 6.1 to 6.6?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
I oppose.
Okay. Motion carries. Could you note that?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. We'll now move on to action items 7.1. This is actually I am opening the public hearing for the material sufficiency of textbooks or instructional fiscal year 2023-24 pursuant to Ed Code Section 60119, 60422. I'm opening the hearing on this, the public hearing. Alice, do we have any public comment on this item?
We do not.
Okay. I am now closing the public hearing for material sufficiency of textbooks for instructional fiscal year 2023 to 2024 pursuant to Ed Code Section 60119, 60422. So now we'll move to item 7.2, which is resolution 2324-06, sufficiency of textbooks or instructional material. Dr. MacArthur, could you please comment on this item, please?
So this is the annual certification for the county. Roll call.
Okay. Board members, any questions? Alice, do we have any public comment?
We do not.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve resolution 2324-06, sufficiency of textbooks or instructional materials?
So move.
Second.
Thank you. Dr. MacArthur, can you please do a roll call vote?
Ms. Lopez,
Yes.
Mr. Grusty,
Aye.
Mr. Perez,
Yes.
Mr. Ramirez,
Aye.
Ms. Serrano. Yes.
Thank you. We'll now move to item 7.3, which is resolution 2324-07, which is missed board meeting for Robert Ramirez. Dr. MacArthur, well, can you comment on this?
Again, this is a standard that we have to, I believe Mr. Ramirez was absent. And we just basically say that he will get credit for the day that he was absent.
Wonderful. Thank you. Board members, do you have any questions? And Alice, any public comment?
We don't have any.
Okay, so do I have a motion to approve resolution 2324-07?
So
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you. Dr. MacArthur, could you do a roll call vote, please?
Ms. Lopez,
Yes.
Mr. Grusty,
Aye.
Mr. Perez,
Yes.
Ms. Serrano. Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. We'll move to item 7.4, approval of variable term waiver request. Dr. MacArthur, can you please comment on this item?
Yes. And maybe Ms. Tracy can comment. So this is a long-standing, I would say, law that was established way back. And I don't remember the year, it was basically when.
Wait, this is 7.4. This is the variable term waiver request, which
Yeah.
looks like it's a accreditation on the dual immersion
Oh,
teachers.
Thank you. I should have opened it.
Yeah.
So in regards to, and Dr. Jewett probably will be the best person to speak on this one.
Right there. Good afternoon, board members. You're.
So basically what we're
Excuse me, there's something wrong with the technology gods today. They're not cooperating. So what we have is every year, we require all teachers to be certified based on their credentials. In this particular case, because we have 3 schools on Title I, federal funds are federal funding. Obviously, we accept federal funding for these positions. Part of the federal requirement is to ensure that all teachers are duly certified. When that is not the case, ask for a waiver, and then we need to notify our stakeholders that these teachers are not on a waiver, and then we go through the waiver procedures through CTC for this. So that's what this is about.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Jewett. Board members, do you have any comments on this item? Alice, do we have any public comment on this item?
We do not.
Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the approval of variable term waiver request?
so move.
Second.
Dr. MacArthur, can you do a roll call vote, please?
It
Miss-
does not.
It
need to
this
be
one
read.
does not require.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So this is just, okay. Sorry. My script was wrong. Okay, so do I have a motion to approve I'm sorry, did I do that already?
There was a motion and there was a
There
second.
is a second. Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. Thank you. Okay, now we'll go ahead and move to consent action items. I'll give the board members a moment to review to see if anything needs to be pulled. Does anyone have anything they'd like to remove from the consent items, action items at this time?
EdTech funds.
I'm sorry, which one is that? 8.9?
Yes, yes, please. 8.9.
8.9? And anyone else? Okay, I'd also like to ask to pull 8.10. Okay. So do I have a motion to approve? Or I'm sorry, do we already I'm sorry, Alice, did we have public comment on any of these items?
We do not.
Okay, thank you. So do I have a motion to approve agenda items 8.1 to 8.8, 8.11 to 8.15? So moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. So we'll now move to 8.9. Mr. Rusty?
Yes, if we could get a little clarification on that, a little background.
Sure. So our E-rate, generally this is a refund that we get through the state for technology services, contracts. We have done this in-house from our business office. However, we have some challenges in the state reimbursing for some of the expenses that we already have done. And so we are contracting with an outside agency to help us to get those reimbursed. And so this is what this is about. We will decide if this is going to be an ongoing contract, but for right now, specifically to get some reimbursements from the state. So we're acquiring the help and expertise in order to get those reimbursements.
Thank you. Board members, does anyone have a comment on that or question? Okay, then, does anyone would you like to make a motion?
Yes, I'm going to approve item 8.9.
Second.
Thank you. So everyone in favor? Anyone in favor, please say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Thank you. That one go ahead and passes. So next item is 8.10, which is the application for exemption from the required expenditures for classroom teacher salaries. Dr. MacArthur, if you can maybe explain this particular
I'm
item.
going to have Ms. Tracy explain this one and I can add in if there's questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Nguyen.
So good evening, Board of Trustees, Dr. MacArthur. So this document request by the county that when we file the budget report, we have to pass a form called CEA. That means the current expenditure for education. So when we try to look for the history of this form, it exists since some year that we cannot locate, even cannot find. But based on the school service, article when this become an issue for many school districts, there's an article posted from school service that this form exists since the gasoline cost was 10 cents per gallon, and the home price for California was less than 40,000. So it's very old that school service code and Anson law. So why many school districts not pass this? Because over 3 major waves that we can mention, even though it keeps changing since historically, the requirement of this form was based on, I don't know, even 100 years or close to 100 years before. I don't have the history of that, but the close that we can find out since the year of the financial crisis in 2008, when the state didn't have enough money to fund the school district. And when they allocate for us $1, they only fund us for 90 cents or 85 cents. That challenge to the school district because we don't have the money to spend as the percentage they require. So that's one first wave that I saw. I saw that school district struggling with this form. The second round of the struggling for school district when LCFF implemented, and many 55 of the categorical program used to be funded separately, get incorporated into the LCFF. Let me mention something that we get funded now into the general fund, but is not put into the classroom, such as transportation, deferred maintenance, school safety, and child oral health assessment, and some other like block grant requirement the school to perform. The money used to be as a categorical that, okay, if this is for transportation, we know that the coding is not put in the classroom, but we spend it accordingly. So from the year of LCFF implemented, all this fund is in general fund. So we know that we spend that money for transportation, but we have to calculate the percentage in classroom. It takes away, it's not relevant for the formula, but that CEA form never updated. And then the last round, the last wave that cost many school districts out of this compliance because of the one-time fund and COVID fund. We know that the fund they give us, we can support the students' learning, also student safety, like the PPE and the technology equipment, some food service equipment. So all those funds coming in, again, it also drives the formula away. Many districts out of that, but our district, yes, in 22-23, we also have a challenge of meeting that because this document is a very misleading formula because it's too old with all the updates revenue that is not catch up. So our district is not meeting
So in
that.
summary, over the years, over 50% of the districts are being faced with this. And part of it is that, as Ms. Yun said, for example, our supplemental and concentrations are part of the general fund, but they ask us to treat it as restricted because we need to spend it towards our non-duplicated students, our English language learners, our English language learners, low-income students. And so a certain population of students, but those funds are still part of the general fund. So this formula takes into consideration. Other things like she mentioned, transportation, it could only be used for transportation, but they're still part of the general, like if we could use it for anything, but we cannot use it. They're restricted without being restricted, if that makes any sense. But over time with the changes from the state on how they're calculating, we're being impacted. And so I think that this is the year for us, but there's about 50% of the districts that will continue most likely to face this. But that is just the gist of it.
Okay, board members, did you have any questions about it? No. Okay. So I apologize, but I'm just assuming then. So you're saying kind of in this form, when I look at this form, the minimum percentage for your district type that is what it actually is an inconsistent number or is not a realistic number.
It's
That
the
that's
formula.
the formula itself in order to determine that number is actually what's based on how the
Yes.
funds are actually identified and allocated. It's not a
Because
realistic
the
number.
formula has not changed
Right.
according to the changes that the state has made.
Okay. Okay. And so if I look at this form, it states that, right, we're below the minimum by 0.79%, which is less than 1% is what
Yes.
that is.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So I'm sorry, Alice, any public comment?
We do not.
Okay, and board members, no comment. Okay, I will go ahead and make a motion then to approve action item 8.10, application for exemption from the required expenditures for classroom teacher salaries.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you. Action item is approved. Okay, we'll go ahead and move on to,
Thank you, Ms. Twin.
yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for providing that information. We'll move on to information items, 9.1. Let's see, the Santa Clara County Office of Education letter regarding the 2023-2024 local control accountability plan and adopted budget approval. Dr. MacArthur, do you want to comment on this item?
This is an official recognition from the county that they have approved our 2023 LCUP.
Great, thank you. Board members, do you have any questions? And Alice, do you have any public comment on this item?
We do not.
Okay, and as there's no discussion and there's no action required, we'll go ahead and move on to item 9.2, which is the 2022-2023 GAN appropriations and limit calculations and form.
I will let Tracy on this one.
Okay, thank you.
They just have a new financial system this year, and they keep implementing. So by the time most of the district already submit our tax form, they update their formula. So they ask the district to rerun the report, the number not change, but we have to rerun. So every time we run it, it's stamp the day. So they want to make sure that we run the report after their last update. So they send back to the district the file, and then we have to re-upload the file, stamp the date that after their update. So because the date stamp after, we have to bring this back to the board required by the county.
Okay, so then we need to approve it again. Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Wayne.
Thank you.
Board members, do you have any questions or comments? Okay, Alice, is there any public comment?
There's not.
Okay, as there's no discussion and no, well, this does not require action though?
No, it's only information.
Okay, thank you. We'll go ahead and move on. Next item is 9.3, which are the new and revised instruction board policies and administrative regulations. Dr. MacArthur?
So we're bringing policy 6020, which is parent involvement. And this is an update to align. We're going through a federal review, programs review, and this policy needs to be updated.
Okay, and that is for all three of them? Or actually, I apologize.
One is.
One is a board policy and two are administrative regulations.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Board members, do you have any questions or comments? And Alice, do we have public comment?
We do not.
Okay. Again, no action is required. So we'll go ahead and move on. So we'll move to agenda item number 10, which is our future agenda items. We continue to have 10.1, the California dashboard brought forward by Trustee Grasty. I believe you had a time frame on that based on.
When the state releases the information, right now the data is embargoed in, I believe, October 17th. So hopefully we'll bring in November, if not December.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And board members, does anyone else have anything for a future agenda item? Okay, thank you. We'll go ahead and move to agenda item 11, which is the Board of Trustees Superintendent Communications or comments. So Dr. MacArthur, would you like to start with a comment?
No, I just want to thank all of the parents and staff that showed up today to share your support and concerns.
And Ms. Serrano?
I just want to say that they're welcome anytime, whether they have a concern or not. It's been kind of empty in the last few. So we always welcome the district people that make the district work. And that means parents, staff, students, everybody that makes this work.
Thank you. Mr. Ramirez, do you have a comment?
Yes, thank you very much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. It's much appreciated. And I'm glad you're sticking up for your administrator and for your school and for your parents.
Mr. Perez?
Thank you to everyone who's here. I'm so happy to not be looking at empty chairs.
And Mr. Grasty?
Yes, ditto. I thank you all for being here this evening and we hope to see you again. Also, feel free to also say positive things as you always do. And also congratulations to Dr. MacArthur for being the East Side Hall of Fame person. So congratulations to our superintendent.
Yes, yes,
Thank you.
yes. Again, also, I want to thank everybody for being here and for being participative and voicing opinions. Again, our district is made up of all of us and we all need to be able to share our opinions and our thoughts. And I appreciate everybody being here. As Mr. Perez says, it gets kind of lonely in here sometimes when we're really just talking to ourselves. So it's really great to see so many staff, so many parents, everybody here. And then I do want to have a exciting thing is our last year, our board was really fortunate to be able to be supported by all of you to have our board office hours. Part of what is important, I think, is that we're all being able to have open communication with each other and feel comfortable speaking to each other. I think that's the only way we're ever going to be able to really be able to understand and make substantive change, you know, if that, when needed. So I want to let everyone know that we're going to go ahead and reinstate the board office hours again, so that, again, just a more casual setting for you to be able to speak with your board members, being as the Brown Act does not allow us to have a conversation with you at these meetings. So board office hours allows you to have a friendly discussion with your board members. We're going to be having these again in the August Boger Library Annex, which would be easily accessed through the district parking lot. They will be on the Monday after each regular board meeting, which for this case will be Monday thank you, Monday the 16th, 5:30 to 6:30. Again, based on the Brown Act, we can only have 2 board members there at a time. So we'll determine which of the 2 of us will be there at that time. Again, a reminder, it is not a place for us to be able to bypass our site administrators or our superintendent. It's just a way for us to kind of get a pulse on what is important in our district, what we think we need to prioritize. Someone else mentioned good stories, things that are working well, things that we like, things that we want to continue to do. That's really what it is. It's just a chance to be able to casually talk about things like that. So hope to see people there. We'll get this kind of shared.
Madam President, can we also announce the meeting tomorrow?
Oh, this is, yes.
Very exciting
Yes,
stuff.
so very important as well is, which does impact the district. Just so you're all aware as community members, there is the possibility of development on the Pleasant Hills Golf Course, which is on the corner of Tully and White Road, is a real possibility. Councilmember Candelas will be here tomorrow night, I believe in this room, or up there?
Yeah.
Okay, up in the gym to have a community meeting. Really, I think it's a chance for him to just to be able to hear our thoughts on what we want in our community as that large 114 acres is developed. So that is sponsored by Councilmember Candelas. I believe it is at 6 o'clock. Why don't you look, if you could look, Brenda?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you put it on the website.
Yeah, it's on the website.
Yeah, it's on the website.
Yeah.
I would encourage all community members to speak with our council member to let them know our thoughts on how we would like to see that plot of land developed so that it benefits the district, benefits the community, and basically is not really out of scope for really our little community over here. So.
No, and I think it's important that whether you live here or you work here, you still have a vested interest to what happens
Yes.
because it's gonna affect all sorts of aspects of
Yes.
how we do business in the small area that's gonna become a lot more dense.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes.
I will tell you that in 2007, the original development plan held for approximately 600 homes on that land. And I believe the current one, they're talking 5 or 6 times that many homes.
Well,
Very
yeah,
high density housing.
Yeah.
And that means a lot more traffic, a lot more strain on the utilities.
And to answer your question, it's 6 p.m. And his announcement said it's in the cafeteria, but I'm assuming we're moving it up to the gym.
I'll clarify with
Okay.
him.
I think
Yeah.
it's
He
based
told
on
me the gym.
attendance. Yeah, I think it's based on attendance, on capacity. Okay.
Also to let you know on that development up there, on the original plan, besides the 600 housing, I know it's not going to happen. They were going to give us a brand new school. But with our decline in enrollment, I don't know if that'll happen or not. It was supposed to be, I think it was like 10 acres, 11 acres with the school, and they figured it was going to be either K-8 or just a middle school. The other thing is that the south end of that field out there, they were going to have soccer fields, ball fields, basketball courts, all that stuff. In other words, we're going to have an actual park. And so that's something to find out. I don't know if that's still in the plans, but that's what it was supposed to be. So it'd be nice to have that as a park instead of just the one that's around here on the other side of the fence. And I don't know if I wasn't sure if they're going to have tennis courts and stuff like that also, but basically it was supposed to be a nice park. I think that was like 12 acres of land or a couple acres of land.
Original complaint about that park was it was not going to be accessible from Valley Vista Drive or from Flint, that you had to access it from White Road. Was going to be a self-contained community. And a lot of people objected to that because if they were going to be there, create a park, we needed access to it.
Those are not
Yeah,
currently the plans, but I think
Yeah.
one thing for us as a community.
Yeah.
Is sharing with them what will
Your vision.
benefit our district, our schools.
Yeah.
And so I think that that will be great for us to, we have already submitted a list of what we think will benefit our school and district, but I don't want to get ahead. But just know that we will be needing your voice as that development continues forward.
And particularly as you are residents, anybody that's gonna live nearby, recall that the parking requirements for the city have changed. So parking your vehicles and other people's vehicles may be a big impact. So I think they need to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, just to make a comment, yeah, we need to move back to closed session. No plans have been made on it, but it is a community meeting to hear feedback on it. I don't think we can really speak on that yet, but we. Yeah, so please come out and let your voice be heard. Again, we're at the very early stages of that. Speak with your council member about it, but we need to go
I
ahead
have
and
one
move back.
question back there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
Yes.
Like more homes would be great. I mean, homes that people can afford. I mean.
What we are advocating for, and I can tell you without giving the list, is things that the community PTA, you guys kind of share some of the things that we still need from a facilities perspective, from a grounds perspective. And so it's like, we don't need a new school. We need to, how can we invest in the campuses that we already have?
Again, I just want to reiterate, it's the very early in the process. There are no plans that have been brought to anybody at this time. So I would suggest you attend and speak with your council member tomorrow. And we're going to go ahead and move to closed session then. Yes. Okay. Thank
Low
you all
cost,
for
low
attending.
cost housing would be nice too. Instead of $1 million, it's $900,000.
Oh, this is an orange pen. Is this all right? Is it on all right? Alice? This is an
orange
orange
pen.
pen. Is this all right? Yeah, to sign these documents. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I've had. And Tony threw it in my face and then he.
So you get.
Well, he just gave it to me right over it.
Elevator takes.